All right. So Marat, what a great day! I feel blessed to be part of this. So
Same
thanks
here.
a lot for invitation. And I have frequently asked questions that I would like to bring to every artist corporation. So I'm very happy to start with you. And the first question that I thought will be interesting is, what is your educational background?
My educational background is art, fine arts. I used to study photography. This was the beginning of my journey. I studied photography in London. Then I was doing my bachelor degree in Jerusalem, my bachelor in fine arts, and then I moved to Germany to do my master's in Cologne. And at some point I left the academical environment and just implicated art into my life, and I don't see I try not to border the two. I believe my life is my art.
Oh yeah,
Vice
beautiful,
versa.
beautiful, and well said. Because I think you just nailed it there. Because first of all, you get all the input, and then later on, you figure out there was some necessities, but obviously, I guess not everything that you learned is applicable, and so you just freed yourself because now you have all the informations, and you still can go for your art, but without boundaries, right?
Yes, no conditions.
No conditions, perfect. So, how long are you creating then? And I need to say it's quite impressive. I'm highly interested, and I'm pretty sure the audience as well. But this would be another episode, May. How you are influenced by all these different places that you had in your educational, like London, for example. So how's the art scene in London? What is the art scene in Jerusalem? And so how was your master in Germany? And but I think if you are able to have quick answer to this, you can do it now, and otherwise we would keep it for a second one.
I think in different stages of those journeys, I was a different human. It was on one hand me, but in different stages. So my needs or my means of expressions were different as well. But definitely every place was bringing something very different into place. I mean, London, which would be the beginning of my journey. I mean, my school was literally 500 meters from the British Museum. So
beautiful.
this was quite a beginning, like to enter this. I would call it the biggest thief museum of the world.
Yeah, I just had this thought. Good that you came up with.
Seeing so many different inputs, all cultural inputs, and it's nice to start with actually a lot of non-Western inputs for that matter.
Yeah.
So I think it was quite a complete journey, I would imagine, because I think my time in Jerusalem I came across and was part of a lot of non-conditional art making. And I think this was as well the end of my journey within the academy, or those kind of art economies for that matter in Germany, because I felt that here is just about conditions. And no offense to any fellow or German artist for that matter, but I do believe that in Europe, and especially in Germany, art education is just about conditions, and your art is completely conditioned to the art market, to the art institution, and so on. So I would summarize it like this, I think, to understand that I don't want my art to be conditioned. So this is why I'm not really in the art scene here in Germany, or not interested in really taking part in this, because I find it's very conditioned. And if the only way for you would be to make art is that you get a stipendium or Stiftung, for that matter, I don't think you're an artist. I'm sorry. I think it's either you have it in you and you're able to touch it, or to attach to this artistic feeling you have, or either you have it and you're not willing to attach to it because you have someone that is paying you money or giving you a stiftung, and then this is what you want to get attached to the conditions.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely on the part that doesn't want to have conditions to his work.
So you think your creation, what you were creating, would look differently when you go this path, or can you take us further down your thought process in this case? Because I think it's very interesting.
I think I'm this kind of human that doesn't do good with conditions in general.
Okay.
So definitely my art would be looking different, and the way I live would look different, and my decision making would look different, because I think I would just be focused on the conditions. And I think if I take this element outside of my life, I'm actually much more focused on what I can, but actually what I want. And I think this is where a lot of people get really confused, and they choose to do what they can, not necessarily what they want. And I try to stay I really try to understand what I want, because I can do many things. I can do many things. I don't necessarily want to do them. So I try to eliminate this what I can as well, like not to pay notice to this much, but try to dig in and try to understand what I want. And if I want something, I'm definitely capable of doing it. I can do it. Otherwise I would not be able to want it.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, thanks for this. And for how long are you creating? Do you remember, even maybe from childhood? Now looking backward, like you can say, oh yeah, I was pretty much already in art when I came up. So
I think there are like two critical moments in my life that I would think that I would consider as creating. I think one would be, I have a very strong memory from my childhood of having a birthday and getting toys, and then sitting with a hammer and destroying those toys.
Deconstruction.
Sort of, yes. So I think this would be my first, creative memory that I have. I was around 3 or 4. And the second, I think, at around the age of 16, when hormones are on the rise, so to say.
Yeah.
And emotions are definitely overwhelming you.
Yeah.
I think my first creative process was actually writing. I think this was my first creative process, was writing. To be able to resonate whatever I have inside in a form that can be that I can communicate what I have in a way. And I think with the years that this form became more and more abstract, and words are not necessarily a big part of it at the moment. Because words and language as well is a mosaic of conditions, I would say.
True.
And with time, this as well left my environment. I'm still using words, and I'm definitely,
obviously, thanks for that.
I'm definitely part of this conditional world. But I think with time, I understood that my creation doesn't necessarily need to rely only on those. So I think I'm very attracted to actually abstract, physical communication and expression. So I would say something like this, like if I can relate to the beginning or to the start and where I am now, more or less. So I would say this would.
Interesting.
For an answer.
So I see there is a pattern. Maybe you agree, and maybe it's just a thought. Like you're using tools with conditions to later leave them. And I think that's a beautiful approach, because now you start getting information using everything like the collective, and later on you try to release all of it, but if you need it, you are of course capable to bring it back. So it's in your university studies and already in your first practices of creating. So would you agree?
And I think, yes, I agree. And I think the main thing that leads me, I think, is curiosity. I think
beautiful. I totally agree.
If I would know, I think this is as well. I think that the idea of stripping the conditions, because whenever you're creating in a set of conditions that or is not set by you,
Yeah.
most likely you would be aiming towards something that is already fixed, you know?
Oh,
an
yeah.
idea that is
Oh,
already expected from you to be created,
Oh, yeah.
either from you or either from the other side, the side that sets the conditions. And I think my curiosity lies that in a sense of that I don't know necessarily what's the resultat, what's gonna be the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and that keeps me motivated and going. I think that I don't know what's gonna be the outcome. I think. And this I have from very early age. My curiosity led me to a lot of not necessarily good places, I must say.
Yeah.
And
Totally
today
get
I
it,
think
get it.
with like being a bit more empathic, being a bit more having much more love in me, I think curiosity leads me to great places.
Thanks a lot. I totally agree. I know what you're talking about. And so maybe once again, I think we slightly touched it already, but I want to go clear with this one as well. What's your why to your art?
Why?
Yeah, your why. Why your why? WHI.
It's complicated question in a sense of I mean, my creation in the end is a means of expression. This is what allows me, I think, to be attached to the world I live in. It's not necessarily about me. It's about the circumstances that I'm in, not the condition, the circumstances. And I think for me, creating would be, I think, like to get attached to those circumstances and to my environment if I create within them. And so this would be, I think, sort of maybe the the healing part of the creation process, I think, that gives me a lot, I think, and I believe gives to my environment a lot. And the other part that I was less aware of, but with time and constant, I think, work, I understood that I inspire.
Beautiful.
And I think when I do remember as a young artist, my inspiration would actually provoke me and made me believe that people are stealing my art.
I can imagine that.
And nowadays I actually find it so flattering and so beautiful that people are actually, that if I do something and then I see people doing something similar or out of my making, they start doing something. I find it just beautiful and amazing that
Totally
I can
agree.
inspire people to look for their own way of getting attached to their environment, to their art making, to their emotion, to their motivation, and to what they want actually. What the world wants them to want, for that matter.
Oh, there's another beautiful question that would fit, I guess. So when your environment shapes your motivation and curiosity to come up with art, so when you change location, you change your way of expression?
Yes and no. On one hand, there is something that is constantly changed. If there will be no change, no more movement, I think my curiosity would die.
Yeah, for sure.
So on one hand, this is changing constantly, but on the other hand, the things that I have in me, they're in me. They're never gonna leave me.
True.
No matter how healing I would be, the trauma that I experienced or all the traumas that I experienced, they're part of me. I accept them. They brought me to sit here and having this conversation. So I don't wanna reject them or neglect them or avoid them or say that they're not part of who I am anymore. No, they're a part of me. So there is a part of my history or my past that are embedded in me, and there is another part that I'm curious to come across new people, new experiences, new environments, new technologies, whatever. And they can expand me as a human. They're not gonna replace whatever I had.
Yeah.
They're just gonna come and expand it. And
Okay,
then
beautiful.
hopefully I'll be mindful enough to be able to make decisions within all the spectrum that I have in me. So I don't wanna. I think both of them exist. On one hand, there is something in me that stays,
Yeah.
and there is something in me that constantly moves.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. So the next question would be, how do you like the cooperation so far?
So far, I find it, I would say, very, very open. I would say. I think it's. I don't remember when exactly we met, but I think the end of last year.
Yeah, for sure.
November, I think.
And flea market, right?
Yeah, November, I think. So it was nice to have something here in my head that I want to do, and at the same time not feeling stressed about it.
Okay, beautiful.
And this allows me actually to stay within this realm that I'm talking about, that don't have the conditions, because at any given time I did not feel that I have a deadline or have a time of setting, and this creates a lot of freedom for me, that I can approach something with love and passion and curiosity, and not with okay, I have to do it. I have to do it. I think I have a lot of problems with the have to. I think in German it's very strong. This muss. Never heard this. I'm moved, and I'm ready. I'm ready to fight almost when I hear the muss.
Yes, I think we have things in common that are very necessary. So, first of all, I'm very happy that you just received the idea that I had in mind, because when it's coming to art, I want to give you the most freedom of expression as possible. So we still had a contract, or we have a contractual agreement, but it's more so a frame. Why I'm coming up with this, because also I want to have an artist call. If you feel called, interested in what we are doing, be part of it. And the second part, I think yeah, there's no rush, you know. I feel I'm a rebel to the system. I'm a rebel to a lot of things, you know, because I think it's necessary to come up with zeitgeist. And zeitgeist cannot only be in agreement, because we are in crazy times, so there need to be disagreement as well, and still being productive and hopeful. And I think this is where art comes into play, because now you can take all of it and do something out of it instead of complaining. And so I think it's beautiful, and I'm very happy and pleased that you just came up with this idea. So but still, I have to be honest, at one point I thought like, maybe he's uncomfortable with it, because it was a pretty long time, but I still knew that we would stay in contact, and so I'm very happy and to have this beautiful caps already. So
so just coming back to your
please.
So I think I feel a lot of resonance, let's put it like this. That I work with someone that I feel is resonating with me, that makes things for me very, very appealing and bright, I think. If I would not feel that, I think it will be more difficult for me to actually to touch a color, to touch a hat, to touch a cap, to write, to invite, and so on. So this is, I'm grateful.
I'm grateful and thankful as well, Marat. What a pleasure. And so this will be your edition 12, Marat. Yes. Is there? How do you feel about? I mean, we can go on, and we will go on. It's just a dozen for now. So, but how do you feel so far? You just started talking about that you felt free to do it because of our resonance, and now as you did your first finish, how does it make you feel? So
it feels good. Feels good. I think I mean, I just moved into my new place, so this feels as well like very. It's literally my first creative process, maybe in the space.
Wow, beautiful!
Setting up the space.
Beautiful.
So this feels good. And sets up, I think, like some beginning for further things to come. So,
woo! So I like it.
I'll stay curious and hopeful.
Yes.
And bright.
Yes.
And more things are gonna come. So this would be my answer would be 3 dots for that matter.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we are highly thankful to have you, Marat. It was a pleasure, and let's check the store, find out what we're talking about. This is a beautiful thing. You can support artists, you can support your local heroes, you can change lives with buying in a beautiful idea. I feel myself more as a curator, and there you got the artist. So thanks a lot, Marat.
Thank you.